Now that Diddy is locked up and fully exposed, let me tell you what I stumbled across. While surfing Reddit, I found a detailed map breaking down his connections to athletes, and it goes way deeper than most people realize. We're about to trace every single athlete he's been linked to, no one left out. From alleged drug mules to supposed victims, from legendary basketball names to even his own son. The web is disturbing. Trust me, by the time this is over, you might hate Diddy even more than you already do, because this time we're exposing every athlete connection tied to him. Brendan Paul was arrested at Miami airport while trying to board Diddy's private jet, and when authorities searched his bag, they found cocaine and marijuana just sitting there. Here's the messed up part. Diddy wasn't arrested at all. Paul took the fall completely on his own while Diddy walked away free and untouched as his assistant was hauled off by police. According to the allegations, Paul was essentially Diddy's mule, carrying drugs for him and taking all the risks while Diddy stayed protected, which is foul on its own and says a lot about Diddy's character. But it gets even worse. Brendan Paul later testified in Diddy's trial and stated that he personally witnessed Diddy using drugs multiple times, seeing him get high himself, meaning Paul wasn't just allegedly carrying the drugs, he was also watching Diddy actively use them. That story doesn't look the same anymore, does it? Now Diddy is the one serving time. And let's do at the time. Brendan Paul was the one arrested while Diddy walked away untouched, but SD say karma is real. And she hits hard when she finally catches up. Now this next part is spicy, and I mean really spicy, because it involves Odell Beckham Jr., the famous NFL star. Allegations later surfaced from a woman named Ashley Parkham, and what she claimed is absolutely wild. Ashley Parkham alleged that she was gang raped by 3 people, Odell Beckham Jr., Dusky the comedian, and Diddy, but it's important to note that all 3 have firmly denied the claims. They've each stated that the incident never happened, with Dusky specifically saying he had no ties.
Miami-Dade police arrested the 25-year-old at the Miami airport as he was about to board a private jet with Sean Diddy Combs. Officers were working with Homeland Security when they found cocaine and marijuana-laced candy in Paul's bag, both felonies in Florida. Diddy was not arrested, but the hip-hop mogul and some of his associates, including Paul, are named in this explosive lawsuit filed by Diddy's former producer Rodney Jones. Jones levels accusations of sexual assault, drug abuse, sex trafficking, and other crimes. Both Jones and Paul worked on Diddy's most recent album, which Paul celebrated on social media in September. Court documents include some of those social media photos of Paul and Diddy together. The lawsuit labels Paul as a mule who acquires and distributes drugs and guns. It also says he provided cash payments to sex workers on Diddy's behalf. And one witness described seeing Paul and others spiking champagne bottles with ecstasy while on a yacht in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Jones alleges Diddy was running a sex trafficking venture, and his associates, including Paul, were aiding and abetting it. Paul graduated from Hawkins School and then briefly attended Syracuse University, where he played basketball. His bio there listed his hometown as Shaker Heights and said he was majoring in sports management.
To the entertainment industry at the time the alleged event supposedly occurred, questioning how he could have even been involved. Is it true? Did it actually happen? Right now, no one knows for sure. The matter remains under investigation, and no concrete evidence has been made public. Still, the sheer existence of these allegations has sparked massive conversation, raising serious questions and fueling widespread speculation. When accusations like this involve multiple high-profile figures, it inevitably makes people wonder what really goes on behind closed doors. Whether the claims are proven or not, this chapter of the story shook the internet and remains one of the most mysterious and talked about elements of the entire saga. A 2024 lawsuit revealed something truly shocking. It alleges that a professional athlete stopped Diddy from sexually assaulting a male victim in a private office during a 2022.
Thank you. Also, the man known as Diddy's alleged drug mule testifying today in the music mogul's trafficking trial. Brendan Paul is his former assistant, was actually arrested here in South Florida. He testified today that he saw Sean Diddy Combs use drugs, including cocaine, ketamine, ecstasy, and marijuana about a month, or once a month rather, but says there were other times that Diddy did seem high. Paul was arrested last year after officers found cocaine and marijuana candy in his luggage as he was about to board a flight at Miami Opa-locka Executive Airport. It happened after federal agents raided Combs' Miami Beach mansions and his Los Angeles properties. Paul later accepted a plea deal in his felony case.
Let that sink in. An athlete allegedly had to physically intervene to prevent something horrific from happening. The lawsuit does not name this athlete, and their identity remains protected, but the implications are disturbing. This person was at one of Diddy's parties, walked into a private office, saw what was about to happen, and stepped in to stop it, potentially saving someone from a deeply traumatic experience. In that moment,
wild.
New and famous defendants are being named in one of the lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs.
Ryan Christopher, spill the beans.
Yeah, good morning to the both of you. So a pro football player and a comedian, two celebrities now named in this ongoing litigation against Sean Diddy Combs. Now, Ashley Parham, she accused Combs in October of gang raping her. This is back in 2018. Now, she named former Giants wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. and comedian Drewski as two of those who assaulted her. Both deny that. Now, Drewski, whose real name is Drew DeSorbs, he posted on X that, quote, these allegations, they are a fabricated lie, noting that at the time he had no connections to the entertainment industry and he was broke, living with his mother. Now, Beckham replied to Drewski's posting. He tweeted, quote, this world makes absolutely no sense. I am covered by God. He will prevail. I know who I am. You know who you are. Keep your head.
This athlete is undeniably a hero. At the same time, the allegation raises terrifying questions. How often did situations like this occur? How many times did no one intervene? And how many victims weren't lucky enough to be saved? Why is the athlete's identity being protected? Fear of retaliation, or a desire to avoid the spotlight? We don't know. What we do know is that the mere fact this allegation exists paints a disturbing picture of the environment surrounding Diddy's parties and leaves a stain that's impossible to ignore. A bombshell new lawsuit has surfaced involving Sean Diddy Combs, but this time it isn't directly against the disgraced music mogul himself. While Diddy was sitting in federal court in New York listening to closing arguments in his sex trafficking and racketeering trial, his son Justin was hit with a separate lawsuit by a woman who claims he lured her to Los Angeles, where she was allegedly raped by multiple men, including Diddy. And shockingly, this isn't even the first time Justin has been named in a
Diddy Combs is being accused of sexually assaulting a man who claims the alleged attack only stopped because of the intervention of a professional athlete. In a civil complaint against the rapper filed October 20th, the man, who filed under the anonymous alias John Doe, alleges that the incident occurred in 2022 during a Ciroc vodka party in Los Angeles, which was attended by several high-profile celebrities. The petitioner, described in the lawsuit as the owner of a family business specializing in renting luxury cars and jewelry, said he was invited to the event by Diddy, who had been a frequent client of his. Upon his arrival, the plaintiff saw, quote, many high-profile guests, but was instructed by Combs to meet him at his office for a private talk. The lawsuit, obtained by E! News, reads, quote, plaintiff immediately realized Combs was intoxicated and acting strangely. The filing reads further, quote, Diddy is then accused of removing his pants and exposing his genitals to the plaintiff before grabbing the plaintiff's own genitals and squeezing them in a rough and sexual manner. The complaint reads the plaintiff, quote, did not know how to respond to the weirdly inappropriate sexual advance made by Combs. According to the lawsuit, the situation escalated until an unnamed professional athlete entered the office and intervened. The plaintiff says he suffered significant emotional distress and trauma as a result of the alleged incident, and he's
alongside his famous father, adding yet another disturbing layer to an already explosive case. Let's talk about Justin Combs, Diddy's son, who was once a UCLA football player and an athlete in his own right, and is now facing serious allegations of his own. In 2025, a lawsuit was filed accusing Justin Combs of participating in the trafficking and abuse of a woman, allegations disturbingly similar to those leveled against his father. While the full details of the case have not yet been made public and the claims remain allegations, their existence alone is deeply concerning and raises difficult questions about environment, influence, and learned behavior. It forces people to wonder whether growing up around alleged misconduct normalized this behavior, whether Justin witnessed it, participated in it, or came to believe it was acceptable because of who his father was. When harmful actions appear to go unchecked, those patterns can repeat themselves. And in this case, the saying the apple doesn't fall far from the tree feels tragically relevant. Now, as the focus shifts to even bigger names, legends with far more to lose, the conversation turns to LeBron James. LeBron James and Diddy were publicly close for years. Very close. Constantly photographed together.
Bombshell new lawsuit that involves Sean Diddy Combs, but isn't against the disgraced music mogul, as Diddy is listening to closing arguments in his sex trafficking and racketeering trial in federal court in New York. His son, Justin, has been hit with a lawsuit by a woman who claimed that he lured her to Los Angeles to be raped by multiple men, including his dad, Sean Diddy Combs. Now, this isn't the first time
Together at NBA All-Star weekends, exclusive parties, and high-profile events. with this friendship stretching nearly 2 decades. LeBron even famously praised Diddy's parties in a 2020 Instagram video, saying, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party," a quote that seemed harmless at the time but now feels very different given the serious allegations surrounding what allegedly happened at those gatherings. Since Diddy's arrest, LeBron has quickly distanced himself, unfollowing him on social media and cutting off any visible association, almost as if that long friendship never existed. To be clear, there is no evidence or allegation suggesting LeBron was involved in any criminal activity. His name does not appear in lawsuits or accusations, but fans are still asking understandable questions. If he attended and publicly praised those parties, what did he see, what did he know, and were the alleged incidents happening out of sight in private spaces? This isn't an accusation against LeBron, but when someone with his visibility praises environments later tied to disturbing
James.
Let's talk about LeBron James, the Lakers head coach, saying
he's saying it's for personal reasons. And to be fair, he has not been playing well this year. He's playing with his son on the Lakers. That's great. He and Bronny are together. I don't know if that's a good thing. You know, they thought it would be. And then of course you have social media because of, as we know, last week it was announced that somebody is suing Jay-Z. And those of you who read my column and watch me have known that I've talked for a while. A lot of people are buzzing that Diddy's former BFFs are real quiet.
and they have been.
And people were wondering why and who's the next to fall. And then Jay-Z comes out and then LeBron James says, "I'm stepping away for excused personal reasons." And people are going, oh, what is going on here?
claims, public curiosity is inevitable. The speed with which he distanced himself also fuels speculation that he's protecting his image, understandable for someone whose brand is worth billions. But the questions linger. And now, we move to the most controversial connection of all, the one that has the internet completely spiraling: Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade is a basketball legend, a Hall of Famer, champion, and one of the greats, and he was reportedly even closer to Diddy than LeBron was, attending nearly all of Diddy's parties and becoming a regular presence at those events. Now, however, wild rumors have started circulating online, claiming that Wade may be seeking to separate from his wife due to an alleged sexual relationship with Diddy. To be clear, these claims are unconfirmed, unsupported by any concrete evidence, and remain pure speculation at this point, but they've still sent the internet into a frenzy. As the discussion continues to spiral, another athlete tied to Diddy for strange reasons enters the picture: boxing icon Mike Tyson. Many people point to old footage showing Diddy repeatedly pushing his hand under Tyson's seat cushion, forcing Tyson to physically remove it, a moment that has resurfaced and raised eyebrows amid the growing scrutiny of Diddy's connections. Next voice. So there you have it, we've just mapped out every major connection Diddy has had with athletes, and honestly, the list is wild. Now I want to hear from you. Which connection shocked you the most? Do you think LeBron and Dwayne Wade knew more than they are letting on? Do you believe the rumors surrounding Wade and Diddy? And what about the unnamed athlete who allegedly stopped an assault? Do you think we'll ever find out who that person is? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let's have a real conversation, because there's a lot to